You've been showing up, sharing your offer, posting consistently on social media, and still crickets. When I say crickets, I mean crickets. No sales, no sign-ups, nobody's buying. First of all, it's not because your offer isn't great. Most of the time, it's just a small few tweaks that make all the difference. If you are new here, I welcome you warmly. My name is Shoma Kinlotton, your favorite life coach dedicated to helping upwardly mobile business and career women bloom in all aspects of life. Today, I'm walking you through 7 reasons why clients are not buying and what you can do to fix that fast. Stick with me. There's nothing as frustrating as working on an idea for months and months, and then when you offer that idea to the world, nobody's buying. People are bypassing you for someone else, and it feels like all your efforts are about to go down the drain. Don't worry, I got you today because I do have some tips to share with you on how you can start gaining the clients that you desire, those dream clients of yours, the reason you've had all the sleepless nights, you've worked on the idea, you've spent money. I will walk you through some reasons why clients might be bypassing you and things that you could do to fix it fast. I have always shared that from a young age, I have been entrepreneurially minded. I started my first business when I was a child. I've always been this type of person that is looking for something to sell. So I've acquired selling skills from a pretty young age. Plus, my mom was an entrepreneur. She was a serial entrepreneur, and I was involved in many aspects of her businesses when she was alive or while she was alive. And all the skills that I have gained throughout the years have stayed with me. I have also refined my skills because I am interested in learning new things, new strategies, and I'm always willing to share. In my heart, I do have the passion for teaching, and that's why I do this. If you have been following me for years, you know that I am passionate about teaching, and I'm willing to share some strategies with you today. So, the first reason why nobody is buying your offer, maybe you lack that structure. I know a lot of people tend to take online for granted. You are an authority in a particular area, and perhaps maybe someone told you that, oh, you could actually package your skill so that people can start paying you the money for that skill. Yeah, why not? If you have a particular skill, of course you want people to pay you. So you've been showing up online, but by the time you decided to transition from just showing up to being more intentional, to asking people to dip their hands in their pockets and give you money in exchange for the value that you're offering them, you need to transition your mindset as well. So the first thing, or the first reason why clients may not be buying, is because there's a lack of structure. I recall many years ago, despite the fact that I was savvy in business, when I launched my first ebook, Snowball. Oh my goodness, that was 10 years ago. When I launched Snowball 10 years ago, I wanted to give out Snowball to people for free in exchange for their emails. But I was still using my personal email. Then sitting in my living room and wondering why people weren't signing up. People weren't signing up because I lacked structure at that point. In fact, it took one of my friends to call me and say, hey, Shell, you might want to use another email so that people can begin to sign up. And bingo, I switched my email from my personal email to a business looking email, and people started signing up. People started taking me seriously. That's just the beginning. Now, if you want to take it a notch higher, of course, maybe you already know that you have to set up an official page for whatever it is you're offering, or perhaps you don't know already, you need a page. When you create that page, maybe you think about the name that you want to use, create a page, have a business card. even if it's not a physical business card, there are apps that you can use in creating business cards. Optimize your profile, update your location. If you are sharing an offer with the world, if you developed a product that you want people to buy, you cannot set your profile to private. You need to set it to public so that people can access you, people can send you messages. Then you also need to determine or decide how you want to respond to people's messages. Abbreviations, I know a lot of business owners that still respond to inquiries using abbreviations. That's a turn off. That doesn't come off as professional. So if you lack structure in your business, it's going to affect you. Well, you might not think of it as a business. You might just be like, okay, I still have my 9 to 5. This is my 5 to 9. I just want to set up something that I can earn passive income. Yes, I fully understand all that. But if you just take it a little notch higher by putting some structure in place, it would help you to go further. It would communicate to a potential client or a prospect that you truly mean business. So lack of structure can really affect how people are perceiving what it is that you are offering them. Also embedded in that lack of structure is when your offer is not clear, when people don't even understand what it is that you are offering. So you want to make sure that before you put out an offer, you yourself, you fully understand what it is you're offering. And my own saying is that if a 10-year-old is finding it difficult to understand what exactly you are offering and what benefits will they gain or what value are you adding to that person's life, then you might want to rethink or go back to the drawing board to make it a little bit clearer so that people can understand what it is they are getting in exchange for the money that they will be giving to you. When we're talking about sales skills or selling skills, it's essential, and it's a part that I've observed a lot of people seem to overlook, or they undermine the importance of having selling skills. It's not enough to have the best product on the market. In fact, there are a lot of people that push out products that are subpar compared to what you have pushed out, and they're selling way more than you. Why? Because they've mastered the art of selling. The art of selling starts with learning how to communicate the value that is embedded in your offer. So, for example, what problem is your offer solving? Why should people choose you over your competitor? What pain point are you addressing? When you address the people's pain points, then they are more likely to respond to what it is that you are offering them. So, do you have a sales script? Probably not. And if you do have a sales script, have you tested it with different ideas, tweaking it in different ways so that you know, oh, this is working, this is not working? And when I'm talking about sales script, I'm not talking about something that you rehearse or memorize word for word such that you become, maybe you're not flexible. No. Yes, you memorize your sales script, but still be flexible. Then how do you come off? What's your level of energy when you're talking about the offer? People can typically sense when you are truly passionate about what you are offering or you're just in it for the money. So that might be something you need to work on as well. Your selling skills, very important. If nobody knows the value of what you are offering, even if it's the solution to their problem, but you're not able to convey that to them, it might be really hard to get the sales in. So you need sales skills to be able to push out your offer, to be able to highlight what the benefits are, and to also position yourself in the marketplace. You need sales skills. I love this number 3 reason. I have seen situations whereby people put out offers based on their knowledge or a particular skill that they have, but they fail to update themselves. So they are operating, it's like learning something in 1980, but the last time you went to school was in 1985, and now we are in 2025. between 1985 and 2025, you know that there have been lots and lots of technological advancement, there have been changes in the industry, but you are still operating based on the knowledge you acquired in 1985. You can see that there is a discrepancy between where your prospects are and where you are. So if you're operating on what I call outdated expertise, then your offer is not going to go anywhere. I am always taken aback when I have to be the one educating a business owner or an entrepreneur about an industry trend. I feel like that's your area of expertise. You should be on top of it. You should be educating me as your prospect or as your customer about your industry trends. It shouldn't be the other way around. And this reminds me of something that happened a few years ago. I retained the services of a videographer for an event that I wanted to host. This videographer was calling me and asking me, oh, what type of lighting should I bring with me? I'm like, I'm not a videographer. How will I know what type of lighting you should bring or the type of equipment you should use? That's your job. You should have it all together. And he was even asking me, oh, the video is going to be really large. I don't know how to transfer it to you. That's your job. That's something that you should have researched before you come out to say this is your area of expertise. So you understand what I'm saying? Be on top of industry trends. Know exactly what you are offering. Update your knowledge. Your clients or your prospects shouldn't be the ones to educate you on something that it's supposed to be your domain, it's supposed to be your forte, your strength, your area that you are dominating, right? So if you are operating on expired knowledge or outdated knowledge, please, you want to make sure that today that ends. You update yourself. It's as simple as maybe signing up for newsletters and getting updated on your industry trends, signing up for conferences. What are other people doing out there? How are they doing it? What are they doing differently from you that you could inculcate in your business? What can you learn from them and what can they learn from you? It is in interacting with other people and being curious, wanting to learn more. That's how you can get better. When you learn more from other people, you can build your sales skills. You can also serve your customers better. And before you know it, everybody will be chasing you around instead of you having to chase them. The next one is inconsistency in showing up. What do I mean by this? When I was young, there was a particular market in our city that my mom absolutely loved to shop at. That market, I believe, still exists till today. It's an open market. And there was a vendor that my mom would typically purchase cassava flakes. It's the same as gari, cassava flakes in Nigeria. This vendor, she was inconsistent in showing up. And then being inconsistent, maybe each time my mom wanted to buy something from her, she would be there today, and then the next day she would not be there. So the next day my mom would go somewhere else because she needed the product, right? So one time my mom and I visited the market together. We saw the woman and she was like, oh, I've not seen you in a while. Why are you not buying from me anymore? And my mom said, no, I'm not going to wait for you. I found someone else that I started buying from because each time I stop by at your shop is closed down. And she was like, oh, I had headache, or I was sick, or one excuse or the other. So sometimes what I've also observed is when people put out offers and maybe like the first few weeks nobody's really buying, it can be discouraging. I know, I admit that can be frustrating, but the secret to success is in showing up consistently. There's a quote that says that a river does not cut through a rock with strength. It cuts through a rock with consistency and persistency. The more you are in people's faces, the more they remember you. Imagine on Facebook alone, how many billion people do we have on Facebook? Billions of people, 7 billion, 8 billion. I can't even keep track of the number, but let's assume 7 billion or 7.5 billion people on Facebook, and you decide to only show up when you are happy, you only show up when you feel like it. People are going to forget you. So if you are inconsistent in the way you show up, if you are inconsistent in the way that you present your offers to people, they're going to forget you. They're not going to take you seriously. They are not going to pitch their tent with you. Everybody wants someone that can withstand the fire, because nothing that is great will come to you on a platter of gold. You have to earn it. You have to work for it. Yes, it's our desire that once you put out an offer, people are rushing it, people are buying it, but you have to learn how to stay the course. If you are inconsistent in how you show up, if you give up at the slightest sign of provocation or slightest obstacle in your way, you're not going to go anywhere. So please, if you are new to any type of offer that you're presenting or the field that you find yourself, try to be consistent. There are lots of tools that you can use to help you show up the days that you are unavailable or you are unable to show up for whatever reason. Schedule your stuff in advance. Utilize the help of social media managers. You can hire interns or students that they don't charge you much and you can still get stuff done. So please show up and show up well. The next one is, I want to talk about pricing. Your pricing might be the reason why clients are not buying from you. And there are two parts to this. You can be underpricing your offer, or you can be overpricing your offer. I want to start with overpricing. Lately, I had an encounter with someone that I needed help for a task, and she was quoting me pricing from ChatGPT. Yes. So ChatGPT would give you ideas on how to price your services or what's not. But you need to also deploy your analytical skills when you're taking advice from ChatGPT, so that you are not overpricing your clients. And what I mean by that is, first and foremost, depending on how you use ChatGPT, be sure that you're including your location. Then there's no reason why you are not a full-blown business, you're not paying taxes, and you still want to be charging people like a normal brick and mortar business, like a business that has overhead costs, they pay their employees, they have monthly recurring expenses. There's no reason. If you are a solopreneur, if you don't have overhead costs, you have no employees, you are not paying taxes, you're still trying to test the market, you're trying to build your expertise, build your portfolio, there's no reason you should be using ChatGPT pricing hook, line, and sinker. You should ask some questions and be fair in how you're pricing your customers. Then the other part of this is underpricing. Sometimes when you're new in the market, you may say, oh, you know what, just because I'm new, I'm trying to bring more customers my way, and you go so low with your pricing, it can be a turn off for some people, because then the question is, oh, maybe you're not so great, maybe your skill isn't as good as what you claim it to be. So just, you need to apply balancing. You need to apply balancing and work out your pricing in such a way that it is fair, not just to you, but also to your clients. It's considerate. There's a formula to calculating pricing. Just make sure that you are taking into account your fixed cost, your variable cost, your overhead cost, and things like that. So make sure that whatever pricing you are putting out there is something that you've thought through in a logical manner. You've thought through it in a logical manner, and you are not just giving arbitrary pricing. Let's move on to the next one. Ineffective marketing strategies. Maybe you've heard the term, if you build it, they will come. No, not in these days. Not when we have 7.5 billion people. Every industry, every niche has 1001, probably 1001 people doing the same thing. So you need marketing strategies to push your product out there. You need marketing strategies for you to gain the attention or garner the attention of your target audience, even if you feel like, oh, you've built a reputation over time. So you need marketing strategies and marketing skills. You need to market your products, and there are different ways that you can market your product. You can market your products using or services using social media. You can collaborate with someone else that already has the audience that you're looking for. Then also think about the platform that you are pitching with. You cannot be on all the platforms at the same time. And I want to explain that a little further. So what I mean by that is, yes, you can create accounts on all these different social media platforms, but you need to have one primary platform that you're spending about 75% of your effort, so that it will count and you're not stretching yourself too thin. Recently, I created a free skills to income planner that helps people that have like particular skills that they would like to monetize. If you have a skill that you would like to monetize, this planner will be beneficial to you. It's free, and I walk you through how to put your skills out there, how to get customers, how to describe your product, and things that will help you to really be on the track of earning an income in exchange for the skills that you have. Okay, that's that about the skills to income planner. Marketing is a big deal, and it's something that you should pay attention to. You should have a strategy. It's not just about thinking of it in your head. You should have something that is written down that will help you to push out the products or the services that you're offering. Okay, we've talked about 6 different reasons why no one is buying your offer. The 7th one is almost like a bonus, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's something that a lot of people don't pay attention to, and that is attitude. Attitude is so important, especially when you feel like you're an expert, you know exactly what you're offering, and this product is supposed to benefit people. But if you don't have a great attitude, it can be a turn off. So attitude in terms of how do you react when you've spent time with a prospect and in the end the prospect decides not to buy? How do you react when perhaps you've set a goal to say, this month I want to make $3,000, but I've not made any money, or I've barely made $500? How do you react when someone reaches out to you in and they are projecting a pattern of customers that or prospects that didn't end up buying? You know what I mean? Like, you've been responding to inquiries and this one person just shows up like the other people. In your mind you're thinking, oh, I'm going to spend another 30 minutes, 1 hour with this person, and in the end they will just say, I'll get back to you. That's the favorite word of customers, right? Or prospects. I'll get back to you. So because you've had that preconceived notion, you're treating everyone the same way. And guess what if people keep coming and they say, I'll get back to you? That is not a reason to be rude. That is not a reason to push them away. Then the other part of attitude is that I believe a lot of entrepreneurs out there need to watch is pride. Sometimes because you feel like you are the expert, there's a tendency that you start to treat your prospect or your customers as though you're doing them a favor. But the truth of the matter is, yes, the customer might need your skill or the value that you are bringing to the table. It's addressing their pain points, but still the customer is also paying your bills. They are dipping their hands in their pockets to give you their ad-end money. That's something to think about. So it's not just about you sitting back and saying, hey, I'm doing you a favor. Without me, you cannot achieve XYZ. But it's by sitting down and saying, you know what, this customer is adding value to my life. This customer is paying my bills. If you think about it that way, the passion that you begin to bring to the table will be different. Also, in the line of attitude is your ability to be a problem solver to the customer or the prospect. What do I mean by this? If you don't solve the person's problem, even if it's not related to what you do, then the question is, why should I come to you? Why should I keep coming to you? Or why should I recommend you to others? Why should I talk about you? In other words, what I'm saying is that as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, your mindset should be that every customer experience, you are going to provide or go above and beyond the expectation. Go above and beyond the expectation. That's how people will then be willing to talk about you to someone else. Think about it. The last time you went to the store, the salesperson that was friendly went above and beyond to help you resolve a problem you encountered. You're most likely going to want to talk to that person again. If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, and just because maybe you are sad at home, something happened outside of your business, does that mean that you should project it on your customers or prospects as well? No. Then some entrepreneurs are also unfriendly. If you want to sell a lot, you need to add friendliness to to your resume. You need to be friendly with people. No one wants to do business with a grumpy person. So that's why I said attitude is something that we can talk about all day. But in the interest of our time, I'm going to stop. However, I hope that you've been able to glean one or two things from today's session, the reasons why clients are not buying, and I hope that I've been able to provide some tips for you on things that you can improve on. If you are interested in my skills to income planner, I have put a link in the description. Just click on that link and you should be able to download your free skills to income planner. I've received lots of feedback on this particular planner, and I'm excited to hear your success story as well. And if you loved this video, please subscribe, turn on the notifications for my next video. Yeah, so these are all the points, the 7 points that I have for you today on why clients are not buying and how you can fix them. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these reasons do you think resonate with you the most? And I would love to hear your story. So put your story in the comments. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on all my future publications and videos that I'll be sharing on. And that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I say be exceptional, be intentional, be on point. I'll catch up with you later. Bye.